You aren't always offered relics like Reflective Chain, an alliance-only relic that the more alliance units you have in close proximity or standing near each other, the more damage attackers will take back when they attack you. So look at this here. Sneed is chunking himself down very quickly. And well, not all your runs are going to be like this, so we made a short but comprehensive guide to help you conquer the Deadmines. And you'll notice that most of these minis here do physical damage. In Stage 1, you have Spiderlings, Elemental. Stage 3, you have Batrider, Save Pilot, and Ogre Mage that do elemental damage as well. But because most of them do physical damage, Footmen are really going to shine in the Deadmines, because Footmen take half damage from physical sources as indicated by this silver border around their level. Even though we have a pretty trash deck overall here, the Footmen can carry. We don't even need to really spawn Maiev throughout this entire run because of how powerful the Footmen are. Now, I do like to use these Defias Bandits for lockpick so that you get 4 gold for every chest on Stage 2 and Stage 3. And then you probably want an Unbound Mini to take advantage of the pads and make sure that nothing crazy spawns on Stage 3. And also, I recommend that you run Safe Pilot or Whelp Eggs because you're going to need something to deal elemental damage for Sneed, who is armored, and if your Footmen get duplicated, you're going to want that to overcome that. So we take Troll's Blood Potion. Those relics aren't very impressive. Watch out for Execute, just showing that if you have a lot of Footmen stacked up, you're going to take a lot of damage. And we have the Troll's Blood Potion, which you see every time they flash, like here, they heal a little bit. And because we have Fortification, they have a lot of extra health. Now, you got to watch out for being backdoored on Stage 1. But as long as you have an armored unit to push forward, aka Footmen, you're going to have a very easy time on this stage. It's going to be very easy to just push forward and keep the enemy back. Now, if he spawns enemy minis on the left, you can answer with some Footmen to help protect your base. And you can split up your push so that the tower is helping you push them back. You'll see the Meeting Stone was healing my Footmen, and it was a very easy Stage 1 because of that armored trait that the Footmen have. And now we want to spawn a lot of extra minis for this, so we take the Bandit Protector because our win condition is getting a lot of Footmen on the field. And I'm showing this first set of clips here, my first failed run, because I want to point out what can go wrong in this stage. You'll note all these minis are doing physical damage, but I didn't take that chest on the right. And I'm going to regret it because the game gives you 2 easily accessible chests because they want you to have that extra gold so that you can come back into this game. And so because I lose those 2 chests, the computer is basically snowballing harder against me. They already have a pretty large advantage from all the minis that they spawn on the left and right. They will spawn a massive pack on the left. That's the first push they're going to do. And they will spawn one on the right shortly thereafter. So in this clip, you'll see, even though I'm wasting the gold that I'm getting from my Defias Bandits, plus 4 gold for each chest on this Dark Iron Miner, I'm going to snowball 2 big pushes on the left and the middle. And I'm going to take both towers very comfortably here. And so all these minis are doing physical damage. My Footmen are easily able to tank them, even at a 2-level and 3-level disadvantage because of the fish that the Murloc fed his boys. And now we're going to easily secure the left and the middle tower. And now we're going to set our sights on the right tower as we resecure these chests again for another 8 gold. And basically, by doing this, you're going to snowball your gold out of control, and you're going to be able to easily push in on the boss. We now have all 3 towers, and from this point, it's very easy slam dunk to the end, where you just keep spawning your minis, and you keep pushing forward and taking the gold from the gold mines. You want to spawn your kobold at the beginning, at the very bottom of your base, to make sure that your kobold will go to the right and take all that gold. And basically just keeping those chests on lock, you're going to overwhelm the boss very easily with them armor trait. Bunch of bad relics again. We take the healing one from mining. Just note that the boss will spawn the Stone of Taran, and always try and take that chest on the left. If you have something armored or something that can challenge it, go ahead and spawn it to challenge the chest and take it back. We are not super worried about that though, because the most important thing in this run is the pad that is at the top middle and the top right. And basically around 305 or so, it's going to flash, and then it's going to have little electricity sparks sparking off of it. And the first unit that crosses the pad, either one, will be killed and then spawned and duplicated. And you'll have to kill all the units that are spawned from your enemy, because they always spawn for your enemy. And it will kill your own units if they go across as well. So you want to make sure that something weak is going across. In this case, is a kobold. We noticed the multi-giant and the kobold were racing. We let the kobold win, and it deactivated both pads and spawned some kobolds, which were a lot easier to take care of. We use some stuns here to peel for our base. Note that because our Footmen are armored, it's not a big deal to take care of them. And now you see the pads have been active for quite a bit of time. I haven't seen that my enemy has spawned anything. Normally there's a little circle that spawns. We saw the Defy spawn there. They're racing. I'm a little bit scared my footmen are going to beat them, so I use a Unbound unit, my Dark Iron Miner, to trigger the pad early, just to be extra sure that I'm not going to get hit by a bunch of footmen coming out, because I don't have anything to answer them. You really want something like a Safe Pilot or a Whelp Egg in your deck to answer that should it go wrong, like I was talking about at the beginning of the video. And now you'll see here that I have a Dark Iron Miner moving up the right. I know it's going to beat the Stonehoof Tauren, so I let it happen. And now I protect my Huntress with a Prowler to stun off here. Somehow he ends up killing it anyway, but it's irrelevant because at this point, because my deck doesn't have any elemental damage, we're waiting for overtime to try and push down this boss with numbers. You'll see that the footmen are able to basically indefinitely tank this boss because of their armor trait, but the boss also has armored trait. So you want to make sure you bring some elemental damage, or at least have reflective chain like we showed in the first clip of this video, so that the boss, you actually have a win condition against the boss. Because in this particular run, I don't have any elemental damage, and you'll see that I'm kind of forced to just push as many minis as I can into him while trying to make sure that I don't spawn anything threatening. And while it's possible, sometimes you get very unlucky, and the pad will turn on when you have multiple units walking over it, because it triggers every 20 seconds after it's been activated. And so you can get into some of these nail-biting games where basically you're not able to bounce back from a bad pad spawn, or you're not able to actually push on the boss. So just make sure you have the right tools equipped. And this dungeon is actually pretty easy. I'd say it's probably the second most easy, right behind Dire Maul. So let us know how your Deadmines runs are going in the comments down below. And I hope that this guide has been helpful for you. I hope to see you in future videos. Take it easy. We'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.